top 10 servers for Minecraft Bedrock 1.20. Starting off with the Cavern. The IP to the server is mc.thecavern.net and the port is simply default 19132. When you load into the server, you will be greeted by this amazing looking lobby. So whenever you do press on the compass, you will notice that we do have access to the Towny realm, and this is basically a realm SMP server. The command to go anywhere in the wild is /wild, just like so. Bam, and then you guys could pick between all of these different worlds. So we have the end world over here, we have the nether world, all that good stuff. So let's go to the main world, and just like that, you are officially started on your survival adventure over here, which is pretty cool. So you are given a starter set of armor, which is definitely pretty useful, some starter tools, and as you can tell, people have already been building some pretty cool bases in the survival server. Next up, we have the jackpot server. The IP to the server is play.jackpotmc.com and the port is simply default 19132. Alright guys, so whenever you do load into the server, you will notice that we have a bunch of different options to pick from. We have an SMP game mode, we also do have a European server, and of course PvP as well, which is pretty cool, and even a lifesteal option as well, and even a second SMP over here, which is definitely pretty cool. But let's go ahead and let's select on the PvP option right over here. So yeah, there's so many different game modes that you guys can go ahead and pick from. We have Diamond PvP, Axe PvP, Vanilla PvP, and the possibilities are endless with this server. Next up, we have River Network. The IP to the server is rivernetwork.net and the port is simply default 19132. When you load into the server, you will be greeted by this amazing looking lobby. But guys, it's really easy to get started. All you gotta do is go over here to the NPC that says random teleport, and this is gonna teleport you to a random location in the map. And guys, we have 3 different places to pick from, so you guys could actually pick your survival adventure in the end or the nether or the overworld. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let's go in the nether. All right guys, so this is definitely really unique. We have a full-on survival server in the nether over here, which is definitely really insane. This is also a server made by my good friend River1.20. Shout outs to you, my bro. This is seriously such a great server and I had to include it in my video. Oh yeah, also in this server there is an entire claim system as well, so you guys could definitely use that in order to prevent your house from getting grieved. Next up, we have Crafters MC. The IP to the server is play.craftersmc.net and the port is simply default 19132. When you load into the server, you will be greeted by this awesome looking lobby. But guys, in order to get started, all you gotta do is select on the compass, and guys, this is actually a mini game server. So here is the available game modes for the server. So we have Skyblock, Skywars, and Bed Wars. So right now the only available option is Skyblock, so let's go ahead and join Skyblock. Oh wow, this is a very seamless experience. So it's automatically going to give you your very own Skyblock, and from here you guys can get started. So go ahead and mine up all your trees, get all the resources you do need, and there is also another island over there for the nether, which is definitely pretty cool. And we do have the Skyblock menu over here as well for recipes, crafting tables, quest traders, and I really like the nice UI as well. That's another really good feature about this server. Next up, we have the Legends SMP. The IP to the server is legendsmp.us and the port is simply default 19132. So when you load into the server, you'll be greeted by this awesome looking lobby, and over here we do have a bunch of rewards and NPCs as well, and there's also an entire PvP arena down here, which is pretty nice. So you guys can definitely go ahead and just start fighting people if you do want, which is honestly really fun. And this is a pretty big arena, so there's gonna be lots of room for some epic PvP battles. But guys, take a look at this really sick PvP arena. It definitely is pretty big as well, and you're able to find so many other people as well who are just as passionate about Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and it's honestly a really good and underrated server, and I figured it deserves a spot on this list. Next up, we have the Float SMP. The IP to the server is floatsmp.com and the port is simply default 19132. Alright guys, when you load into the server, you'll be greeted by this really nice looking lobby, but here we do have a bunch of NPCs. So we do have a survival mode over here, which is definitely pretty cool. But guys, that is not all. We also do have a lifesteal survival game mode on the server, which is definitely pretty cool, and an advanced one as well. So go ahead and feel free to take a look at that. But guys, let's go ahead and let's go to the survival one. And okay, so here's the survival lobby. This is definitely pretty cool, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at this, and obviously you guys can go ahead and just press on the NPC and go to whichever world you prefer. So I'm gonna go to the overworld, and it is going to teleport us right now. Let's see, where are we? Oh, and this is where we spawn. All right, this definitely does look pretty cool. I really do like it. A nice plains biome to start off with. So this here server is definitely a total vibe. Next up, we have the Pokefind server. server. The IP to the server is play.pokefind.co and the port is simply default 19132. Alright guys, when you load into the server, you'll be greeted by this really nice Pokemon themed lobby. But guys, there's so many different options to pick from. We have Skyblock, but guys, definitely the most popular game mode is the Pokemon World game mode, and this actually gives you like an entire campaign and story mode of like a Pokemon game in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And I'm not even joking with you guys, but yeah, you guys can go ahead and select on all these different save slots as well. So I do have a couple of them. So yeah, whenever you do load into the server, you are given some starter tools as well. For example, we do have a bunch of Pokeballs, and look at this, we get so many cool things as well. For example, we have this Poke Center over here with a Pokemart, so you guys can go ahead and you know, just get all the loot over here, get everything you do and need. But yeah, this server has so many different like add-ons, custom models and stuff like that, which I really do love. Next up, we have the server simply titled SMP. The IP is 69.10.45.35 and the port is 25587. When you load into the server, you'll be greeted by this really awesome looking lobby, and this is definitely one of the more underrated servers, but it's really simple. All you got to do is just step out of the spawn, and from here you have access to this massive survival land, which I absolutely love. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. There's so many different things that you guys can build, although be aware that there is mobs that do spawn, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have the Mystic Craft server. The IP to the server is mystic-craft.net and the port is simply default 19132. Alright guys, when you load into the server, you'll be greeted by this really cool lobby, and this is actually a faction server. So I know a lot of you guys do love factions, so I decided to include at least one server on this list as factions. But in order to get started, all you gotta do is just go to this NPC over here or type in /RTP, and then it is going to teleport you to a random location in the map. All right guys, and here is where we are teleported. So we do have this really cool like grass plain over here, which is definitely pretty cool. This is kind of similar to a survival server, except in a factions you're with a group of people and friends. So yeah, faction servers are definitely getting more like rare these days, so definitely go ahead and join this server if you do like factions. Next up, we have Hyperlands. The IP to the server is play.hyperlandsmc.net and the port is simply default 19132. When you load into the server, you will be greeted by all of these different NPCs that will tell you the different game modes of this server. So we have UHC Meetup, The Bridge, Bed Wars, Lucky Block Sky Wars, regular Sky Wars, and duels over here, which is already pretty stacked, but you guys can go ahead and pick any of these NPCs to pick from. And by the way, like in every single one of these game modes, there's like an option for solos, ranked, all that good stuff, which is honestly pretty cool. All right, boys, and let's go ahead and let's play this game of The Bridge. All right, so we are getting started. Okay, this is where things get real. But yeah, this is definitely by far the best minigame server in all of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. You know, it's constantly improving. There's always new updates and stuff like that, which make this server fresh, new, and exciting. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. See you later, French fries.